Welcome to another episode. In this one, I'll be discussing about MBA, Business Analytics, the difference. The last few years, we are hearing about a new specialization as Business Analytics or altogether a different course itself when compared to MBA, the normal MBA, which normally leads to a specialization in HR or finance and marketing. It's sometimes institute make it as a separate MBA altogether, calling it business analytics. And sometimes it is casted higher also because there are more opportunities in this field. So that's where we are going to look at the difference, whether there is going to be more opportunities. That is what we are going to see. So before we get into the core or important part of it, so we need to understand what is business analytics, how it has evolved. So if you look at it, it's all about taking and processing historical business data. So if you look at a couple of decades back, we'll go to somewhere around 1990s or 2000. That is where we had ERP system, that is enterprise resource planning. It had, when you make transaction, the transaction, whether it is purchase order or the customer order, it gets recorded. So that is what is all the ERP is all about. So that was a fantastic tool, and most of the organization use that these days. Corporates, whether it is small, medium or big, they use it. They will use a small ERP application, or big ones like Oracle or SAP. They will be using, again, there will be a classification as on-premises and cloud. I'm not going into that detail, but it is all required taking in and processing the historical business data is business analytics. But creating all this business data, you require an ERP system, but not just the ERP system. Now these days, social media is creating impact. So a bad feedback can bring down the ranking. So a good feedback can increase the ranking in the social media. There are rankings as well. Even Google has the ranking. You will see that when you do a search, Google, someone would have given a better rating and some would have given a poor rating. So all this all playing a critical role. So it's all about taking in and processing the historical business data, whether it is from a structured one like ERP, or it is unstructured one from social media. So that is one. What you need to do is, or what the business analytics does is to analyze the data, identify the trends, pattern and root cause for it. Why they have given the negative feedback, can it be improved upon, because those are the customer feedbacks. So customer feedback is critical, and particularly if it gets in the social media, it's very critical. I mean, that will determine the success in the future as well. So all this is done through business analytics. So making data-driven business decision based on those insight, I mean the first and the second one. So this is what is business analytics is all about. So in other words, data analysis is more general description of model analytic process. Business analytics is more focused and has functionality has become more prevalent and more important for organization or enterprise around the globe due to the overall volume of data. So it is not just the structured data. I mean, if you take about 10 years before, social media was not playing a critical role. But these days, apart from the structured data which is there in the ERP system, the non-structured data, which is through, we'll see that tools which are used for the non-structured data. So you need to use that, the business need to use that for its benefit as well. So they need to make appropriate modifications or appropriate influence as well, so that they are successful, and that is where business analytics becomes a critical one. And again, if you look at the key focus areas, there are 5 focus areas. One is data collection, data mining, descriptive analysis, predictive analysis, visualization. So this is the big picture. There are various tools and techniques that has been employed these days. We will see that as well, which are the tools and which are the techniques which are going it is used. And the MBA Business Analytics has to focus on these tools and techniques, which is on data collection, data mining, descriptive analysis, predictive analysis, and visualization as well. So stepping back, if you look at the key focus area and core MBA, if you look at it, the management topics, it's all business accounting principles, economics, organization and business model and behavior, management information system, which is ERP, web application, and a little bit of mathematics. These are the regular topics in the core MBA. You'll see credits or papers around these areas, which is business accounting principle, economics, the organization behavior, management. Focus will be on, if you look at MIS, the focus will be on the ERP system and mathematics as well, a little bit of statistics. And then you have electives, which is could be on finance, marketing, HR, or system. This is the core one. But now, what is MBA Analytics? I'm bringing the same picture. This is where different tools and techniques are being used, like data collection. If you look at it is before we get into the data collection, all these are related to digital transformation technology. So digital transformation is again a critical topic on its own. That is where the various tools are used for this one. The first one is, of course, cloud infrastructure. We are hearing about cloud infrastructure in last 10 years. There are different cloud infrastructure like Google or Amazon, Oracle, as well as Microsoft, which is called as Azure. So cloud infrastructure, if you have that, it caters to all of this one, that is data collection, data mining, descriptive, predictive analysis, visualization as well. So let's look at data collection. So all related to RDBMS, NoSQL, particularly if it is related to social media. So that is, you need to have ERP based on the relational database management. There are different ERPs, as I said, SAP, Oracle, or many more are there. That is data collection part. So you need to, in RDBMS, you need to learn about SQL database designs, and if it is non-structured data, then it is NoSQL. Data mining related to data warehouse. So you will get it from various sources of data. It could be ERP or it could be web application, and take it to data warehouse and do the process of mining, and from there it gets into analytics, and that is where business intelligence could be used. Business intelligence tools could be used, and that is called the online analytical processing, whereas ERP it's called as OLTP, online transaction processing. And finally, predictive analysis, visualization. There are tools and techniques which are related to IoT, machine learning, and data science. So all these could be like high level technical topics, but as a kind of a management specialist, you need to know the basic principle, how it works, so that you can work along with a team of engineers to get that implemented in the organizations or business. So I hope this mapping will give you an idea as what tools and techniques needs to be understood by a management consultant to derive out the benefits or to drive the benefits. Now, the point to notice here is that business analytics require understanding of various available tools in the market. So it is not just the theory part. You need to understand how to use those tools, various tools. Cloud infrastructure, as I said, various cloud infrastructure options are available. So you need to have an understanding how these could be used. Cloud infrastructure, whether it could be, as I said, it could be Google, it could be Oracle, it could be Amazon, or it could be Microsoft and many more. So you need to have understanding on those. So that is one. More of real time than theory exposure. So that means yes, instead of more of a general academic background people, there need to be people with the practical knowledge. That is where Professor of Practice was also introduced by AICTE UGC in last year. So they have to be this people or practically have practical exposure. So it is better you have a mix of both, the people with academic background and people from the practice, that is from the industry. And more importantly, hybrid learning model is essential as well. So maybe the professor of practice may not be a full-time in that, may or may not be. So maybe you need to learn through web as well, through online classes, online sessions. So that is also essential for learning these tools. So that's where you need to opt for the hybrid learning model. It is may not be, see, if you look at the core MBA, it could be like totally a residential program. Whereas here we are, particularly post-COVID, we are adopting to the online models as well. So here in this case it's going to be a hybrid learning model. Fees varies between 3 lakh to 20 lakh INR. That is what is generally, because IIM will cost you 20 lakhs or more. Yes, there is again when you learn from the campus, it could be a campus interview, could be a distinct advantage, no doubt on that. But of course you can learn these days, you can learn from online itself, like you have been hearing about ChatGPT, how it is going to impact upon the jobs. So you can learn from online itself. So I mean, as a candidate, you need to do an economic analysis, whether you need to spend so much money or whether you could learn it on your own through the online means. You need to work out. But definitely when you do it on the campus interview part as of now is an advantage, no doubt on that. But it is up to the candidate to think through and decide on it. So thanks for hearing this presentation. Do subscribe to my channel. Thank you.